On, ladies and gentlemen, and beautiful people. If you can hear my voice and if you can see my screen just fine, do me a favor and type 333 in the chat if you can see my screen and if you can hear my voice. Mark Samaru writes, "Good night, family. What's up? What's up?" I know I got peoples in Jamaica, I got peoples in the West Indies. They say good night instead of good evening. It's a little different. I love it. Jared is on. What's up, Jared? We got Jay cutting up. Okay, we have Jeremy. We got Solly. Let's get it. Let's get it. Okay, cool. So I appreciate the participation. We're definitely gonna get into some charts tonight for sure. If you are new, right? If you are new, someone who's just getting their feet wet with trading, I like to know who you are. Type 111 in the chat if that's you. If you are a beginner, maybe 90 days or less, just learning how to trade, whatever the case may be, let me know. All right, so Jay Cutting Up is new. Shout out to Jay Cutting Up. This is a great journey to be a part of, learning the skill set of trading, which is a skill no one could take away from you. Shout out to Tayshawn, also that review guy. I love that. I gotta know what you're reviewing, bro. You got a YouTube channel or something, make sure you send that over to me, man. I like to support, other people's movements. I like to support what other people got going on. As long as it's positive motion, we good. Jay Cutting Up joined MPZ 5 days ago. Shout out to Jay Cut for that. And shout out to Brav, shout out to Just Rob, shout out to Randy, shout out to the whole squad. All right, cool. So we're gonna get into it tonight. If you're definitely one of the new people, you should be taking notes. As far as my OGs is concerned, just sit back, relax. We'll look at some charts. We'll talk markets, and you'll definitely get yourself in a position here to win. All right, so we're gonna look at the markets. We're gonna see what's up, and if we can see. Any opportunities in the market, we're going to take advantage of it. Zoom user writes down bad. Down bad on what? Let me know. The market sometimes, the market will beat you up a little bit, but it'll only get you stronger. As long as you stay in the game, it'll get you stronger. But I've seen literally individuals completely give up, after one terrible loss or whatnot. We're trading Forex. Los iPhone asks, what are y'all trading? We are trading Forex, indices, that type of stuff. All right, so look, we're going to get into it. But before that, let's definitely take a look at what's going on in the market so far, right? There's the market outlook. So peep game, right? Bitcoin, as far as the cryptocurrency market is concerned, Bitcoin surpassed $107,000. All right, you can see right over here, right? This peak, this is almost $108,000. This is great. Okay, so reaching this new all-time high, and it's been consecutively reaching all-time highs. This surge is attributed to President-elect Donald Trump's plans to establish a national Bitcoin reserve, signaling potential mainstream adoption. You got to remember that geopolitical news moves the markets, okay? So geopolitical news moves the markets, whether it's going up, whether it's going down, you name it. And I'll give you another example in just a second, because I don't know if you guys have heard, but the Prime Minister of Canada is considering stepping down. So, of course, that is going to impact the Canadian dollar. But let's continue on. MicroStrategy's investment, currently, the company has acquired an additional 1.5 billion in Bitcoin, bringing its total holdings to approximately 439,000 Bitcoin, valued at around $47 billion. This move underscores growth, institutional interest, and more. So, U.S. dollar. U.S. dollar maintains strength as expectations for rate cuts in 2025 diminish. The Federal Reserve's upcoming interest rate decision is highly anticipated, with markets adjusting to the possibility of limited rate reductions in the near future. Euro and Japanese yen, both currencies remain under pressure against the United States dollar, with the euro experiencing significant weakness this year. All right, you got to understand the things that are going on in today's world, it's impacting markets. No one understands that better than the lawmakers, right? Economic indicators. U.S. GDP growth, third quarter reported a 2.8% increase, driven primarily by consumer spending. Obviously, it's, we get into that season. However, the labor market shows signs of cooling with a notable slowdown in payroll growth compared to the previous year. Consumer confidence, slight improvements observed, yet challenges persist due to high prices and interest rates. The University of Michigan Consumer Confidence Index rose to 71.8 in November from 70.5 in October. Geopolitical developments, and this is the last update I got for you. Political instability. Events such as the resignation of Canada's finance minister and a no confidence vote in Germany's chancellor have introduced uncertainties, prompting investors to adopt a cautious stance ahead of central bank meetings. These updates basically provide a snapshot of what's been going on throughout this whole week. So, when I get into conversations with people that actually trade, right, we talk about a lot of these things. The knuckleheads that just want to, come on and trade and not even know what in the world is going on, cool, you can get lucky, cool, you can make a couple profits here and there, but if you don't understand the long game, you're not going to survive long term, right? The whole idea is to build wealth over time, right? If you have a fast cash mentality, then you're putting yourself at risk for a fast crash, right? So someone earlier today wrote down bad. Things happen in the markets, especially if you're over leveraging, especially if you're revenge trading, especially if you lack discipline. The market is going to humble you. The market is going to humble you to the point where you know what not to do. And once you stick to those disciplines, you can start to scale your account at a conservative rate. You don't need to make $1 million today, right? As long as you are growing your account. So don't look left, don't look right, look straight, okay? As long as you're improving, right, your account consistently, right, week by week, you're going to be okay. Now, let's take a look at what the market is presenting to us and what can we learn from this, okay? So first and foremost, let me just say this. Bitcoin is on the up and up. Short-term wise, you could counter trend trade, get lucky with a couple of sells. Obviously, the big financial institutions are taking full advantage of the bull run that Bitcoin is experiencing, okay? And it's going to continue to happen with a lot of these news, updates going on and a lot of people giving Bitcoin free press. Is going to continue to grow. Okay, press releases, all right, do actually matter. They matter for getting interest, for generating interest of the public, right? And so Bitcoin is on the up and up. So anybody that's investing in Bitcoin, like MicroStrategy, for example, that's several companies out there are putting about 2% of their portfolio on Bitcoin. Of course they want to grow. They're going to give this free press and they're going to give this even more attention. And if there's one thing that's for certain is whenever there's a massive collaborative effort, right, and a lot of energy being poured into one place, just about anything could experience momentum, whether that's companies or whether that's assets in the market, symbols in the market, right? So currently right now, you can clearly see, if we look at this, you see a couple of notable patterns. All right, let me give you some highlights over here. Let me go to one of my favorites right over here. Okay, you can clearly see some harmonic patterns being shown, right? ABCD patterns, XABCD patterns. That's basically what this is. Could we take advantage of this short-term sell? Yes, we can. We can take advantage of a short-term sell. Long-term wise, we know this bad boy is going up. We know this bad boy is going up. So there is some advantage to take. There is some advantage, all right, for this. Okay, so we can actually take sells, but long term wise, super long term wise, this is a counter trend trade. So if we do any kind of sell over here, basically it's going to be short lived. All right, the idea is to get in and get out pretty quick with the bag. You know, you don't want to stay in the market too long. The house is always going to win. All right. So let's see what my indicator is basically telling us right now. Let me double click on this. I don't agree all the time with some of the targets that it has. All right. So let's see here. Sometimes they show up, sometimes they don't. Okay. Okay. All right. So obviously, right over here, this would be an interesting sell level. We see the wick playing out right over here. So this is basically a cash grab. There's a liquidity grab over here. Looks like the market may just start zooming down. Okay. So let me take out my short position tool. All right. Let's make a play over here. So I'm going to go with the body, with the top of the body over here. I'm not going to go along with the wick. All right. I'm going to go with the top of the body right over here. All right. And what I would like to do is do nothing too crazy. We'll use this as our stop loss, just like it's depicted in here. But what I would like to go for is at least a 3-to-1 risk to reward ratio. Okay, boom. And right now the market is right. The market is right where I would like my entry zone to be. Okay, so what I'm going to do over here is I'm going to type this over here in the background. This is going to be a sell. All right, so BTC USD, sell. All right, we're at 106, 609, 90. This is where we at. All right, this is the entry point. All right, stop loss. All right, and I'm gonna enter this on Trade Locker, so you guys can follow along with me if you want. I know some of my people like that when they see me enter it on Trade Locker. All right, you can also follow along if you have MetaTrader. All right, so this is the Bitcoin sell right over here. Let me take a snapshot of this. All right, perfect. And I'm just gonna enter the link to the snapshot right over here, just so you can have it when I enter it in the chat. All right, as far as RLUSD is concerned, that's basically the stablecoin for Ripple. I don't have any updates on this today, but I definitely will give you updates throughout the week. Excuse me. But yeah, it's a pretty big deal. It's a pretty big deal because obviously Ripple is definitely starting to pick up a lot of momentum. They've already laid the groundwork years ago, basically through the battles in the court with the United States government. And now that they emerged victorious, they had a slow start, but they were doing necessary work. They were doing groundwork. In my opinion, Ripple has a crazy foundation to build upon. So it's definitely something to watch for. All right, let me enter this in the chat if I haven't already. So I know my brain be moving quick. Okay, yeah, I did share it, but let me just share it again, just in case. I answer your question in just a second. Let me go on ahead and actually implement this on Trade Locker. All right, BTC USD, as you can see, is in the up and up right over here. Okay. We're going to take the position of a quick sell. All right. Stop loss to take profits are very important. And we're just going to copy and paste. This is how you copy and paste. Let me update some of my new groups here. All right. That goes into my Telegram too. All right. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. Yeah, let me go on ahead and copy this in. So, all right, here we go. I don't need to do the entry point because the market is already kind of there. All right, let's enter the stop loss. Just copy and pasting. Okay, and let's enter the take profit. All right, and there we go. All right, one of the cool things about this is I can also share from Trade Locker what the signal is. So let me enter this in for you as well. Let's see if that'll actually pop up anything. Let me click on that, see what it showed me. Yeah. Okay, so I guess it's just showing you the update of the current trade. Okay, I thought it was actually showing the trade idea. Um, but no, that is still a cool little feature there. All right, so I'm in that right now, and we're just keep your lot size smaller than usual when you're trading on Bitcoin or when you're trading on indices and whatnot. This is just for educational purposes. But off screen, I would go a little crazier, which I personally don't mind doing. I'll just do it right now. Screw it. Okay, I entered the. All right, so it got the same levels, 101.24. Yeah, that's where it was before. Okay, cool. Stop loss. Let me just verify. 108.446, 184. Okay, cool. Bet. All right. I'm down to do I'm down to do a 250 lot right here, which is still not crazy, considering considering this example, right? Okay. So that is basically that right now, and then we're gonna take a look at some other plays here. Did you enter the trade? Yes. Do you think there'll be a rate cut by tomorrow? I'm not really sure. XRP is hella bullish. Yes, you are right. What are we trading? We're trading BTC USD. Okay. Let's go on ahead over to the next. Let's take a look at US 30. So while Bitcoin is moving up like crazy, right? The US 30 index is going down completely. There's a sharp drop right over here. Don't let that fool you. Don't let that fool you. Did experience a double top. Okay. Started coming sharply down. But let's take a look. Let's take a look what's going on. Let's bust out some fibs real quick. Where we at? We're on the 4 hour, right? And let's see how the market is reacting right now currently. Let's take it from wick to wick. All right, so this is the highest it went. Sharp drop down, okay? And right now it's between the 382 and 50 area. Okay, we can see when the market rose up, came down, retraced right over here at the 618 area. All right, and react a little bit on the 50 point. Started going up. Here's a gap. All right, that gap was not filled until much later. All right, sometimes people rush to the gaps and doesn't really quite work out. But eventually it had to fill. It took a long time to fill. Okay. But it definitely filled and it's going sharply down. And in this case, there is a lot of momentum. So when it pushes up, notice it goes all the way up. When it pushes down, it's going down. Push up, down. Right. So we see this. It consolidated a little bit, started ranging at this point. But here's a sharp drop. And I like to go with the momentum. So right over here, I would be considering a sell, but right over here around the 382 zone. This will be a sell zone. So in this case, this will be a sell limit right around over here. This will be a sell limit. Nothing is going to be at the exact point, right? And just keep in mind when the institutions are looking, they're looking at the round numbers and they're looking at the most obvious spots. We don't want to be too obvious because every other trader's thinking the same, and the institutions take advantage of that, right? So the concept is AMD: accumulation, manipulation, distribution. So we're going to see some of that. All right, we're going to see some of that play out in markets, especially when it comes to indices. But right over here is where I'm looking at to basically place a nice sell limit right over here. Here we go. Let's do another short position tool. Right over here, we'll do it at the midpoint. We go a little bit above the top of this wick right over here for the stop. And we'll do a nice 3-1. All right, going to take advantage of this. It's going to be a US 30 sell limits. All right, so it's going to be a pending order. EP, we're going to go with 43780. 5. Stop loss. It's going to be 43951 00, and take profit. It's going to be 43,269,10. All right, so this is going to be the sell limit for US 30. Basically, what I see happening is this is going to come up, retrace at this point, probably dance around a little bit before it distributes to the south again, before it starts dropping down again. That's what I see. If we slap in a momentum indicator, there's different momentum indicators we can slap on this. But let's just say we put in the super trend. We can put in the super trend on this. We could even do the alligator indicator. We could do, whatever. But for the most part, all right, clearly is showing clear downward momentum. Let's use the alligator. Let's go to William Alligator over here. How many damn indicators do I have on? I only have a little bit. What's going on here? Okay. Erase this. All right, let me enter this in. All right, so once you see that green line cross down the other two, the lips is the fastest moving average. Once you see it cross down the other two moving averages, it's a sharp signal for a sell. And the best secondary signals to get on the sell is when you start seeing it deflect right off the green line, right over here. See, these are all little sells, sell opportunities to take advantage of. Since the drop is so crazy, when this retraces up and kind of meets the green line again, the lips again, right around this point, that's a sweet, that's a sweet spot right there for multiple indications for a sell. All right. So when this retraces up here to this level and triggers our stop limit, our sell limit, all right, we're going to be good to go. So let me actually drop this as a snapshot. Okay. So when I share this link with y'all not going to see the link because this is the chart shot without the link over here on the screen. That's just so I can easily copy and paste it over to you. Okay, boom. Here we go. And we start sending this out to my private groups. All right. And right here. Okay, great. So we'll be on the lookout for this for sure. Let me enter this into my system right over here. US 30 is no joke. It'll sneak up on you. So I'm gonna go on ahead, go a little smaller on this. US 30. Okay. It's gonna be a pending order. I'm just gonna copy and paste right over here. Oh, I guess it doesn't really work on the Zoom chat, the copy and paste. So I'm gonna have to do it from here. It's fine. Okay. And take profit. All right, boom. All right, so I got one pending order. All right, we got Bitcoin currently, working itself out. All right, you just got to let it sit, wait a while. It's going to go in and out of profits until eventually it starts going deeper into profit. So, yeah, we're going to let that rock right there. All right, and we are going to be good to go. All right, so look, the pending order sells right over here. This eventually drop. All right, and we good from there. Okay, so look, I just sent the BTC USD and I just sent a US 30 position. Both of them are 3-to-1 risk to reward ratios. All right, so definitely monitor the trade. And if you feel like the trade is lasting too long, because I get this question a lot, if you feel like the trade is lasting too long and it didn't take profit yet, but it's sitting on profit, just pull it out. Pull it out in the green. Pull it out. Pull your bread out. You know what I mean? Don't wait too long. Don't go crazy. Don't let your eyes dry up and get red and all that. Just get your bread. Get in and out. That's it. All right. Let's not make this complicated. Get your money. All right. Withdraw that. All right. And pay your bills with your withdrawals. That is going to feel so good. Okay. Listen, small profit, big profit, profits are still profit. All right. So don't get too wrapped up on, oh my God, I didn't hit take profit yet. And then you hold that trade and you hold that trade. And next thing you know, the market starts reversing. Just pull out. When it's time to, when you feel it's time, when your gut feeling is telling you, oh, I think I should get out of this, just get out. Get out, get your bread, get your money, and you'll feel better. All right. You don't have to live up to all these rules. All right. You don't have to stay until it hits TP. In the beginning, where you're still learning and stuff, just pull out your bread. All right. When you know you're about to go to sleep and you can't really monitor the trade, right? Don't go crazy. Just it's in the green. All right, cool. Make your money, all right, and call it a night. That's it. Close the laptop and you good to go. All right. So look, I know right now I'm only live on Mondays, but if you guys want, then I'll volunteer to jump on another day. So that's all entirely up to y'all. Y'all let me know what y'all want to do. Okay. Hopefully y'all learned something. And if you got any questions, feel free to hit me up. You can find me on Instagram. You can find me on Instagram. That's Vquez. All right. No extra S's, no underscores, no extra Z's, none of that. The guy with the blue check. Make sure if you got a question, shoot me. Shoot me a question. I'll be more than happy to answer. Shout out to Alpha Pro. Shout out to MPZ. Shout out to my people. Shout out to MOB. Shout out to everybody that collaborates and put this together so we could give y'all our knowledge and resources. I've been trading for almost 10 years now, and I'm getting ready to evolve my trading career to another level in 2025. I just think naturally it's just kind of time for me to be on the other side. So I'm going to really be focusing on more of the institutional aspect of it all. So 2025, I'm going to advance my career as a trader in the 10th year. So that's it's only natural, right? Like Eventually, the player got to become the dealer. You know, if you got love for the game like I do. Um, Jared, Ness, can you please explain what accumulation, manipulation, distribution mean? So basically, when the market is ranging, when the market is consolidating, it's accumulating, right? It's getting ready to make a play, right? Everything is basically supply and demand, end of the day, right? But when the market starts accumulating, it's getting ready to start to get to a certain point before it starts distributing in one direction or another, whether it's going up or down. However, institutions are going to be taking advantage of it, so they're gonna manipulate the markets, and that could be in the form most likely of false breakouts or fake outs, where it looks like the market is breaking out somewhere, and then it just basically tricks you and it starts going the opposite way. So that's a liquidity sweep, all right, where the institutions are coming in, grabbing liquidity before it decides to take a market in a certain direction. So by keeping that in mind, accumulation, manipulation, distribution, you're waiting for the manipulation first before you just jump in on the distribution. So that's what accumulation, manipulation, distribution mean. Mark Somaru looks solid, bro. Appreciate you, man. You're very welcome. Jay Cutting Up. Any tips and advice on me getting started, creating an account, and all of that? How do we get started? Go about it. I want to start this ASAP. All right, so Jay, you're already a part of the Alpha firm, of the Alpha Pro Trader firm. Okay, so you can start with that. All right, you could get yourself a prop account, and that's literally, if I could redo my journey in trading, I would absolutely do it with the prop firm account, because most people that start are starting with 500, 1,000 on the higher end, 2,000, 3,000, 5,000. For the big money getters, they might throw 7 to 20 G's on an account or whatever. But for the most part, on average, people are like funding $2,000 or less. If I could do everything all over again, I would put that money into a prop firm account, start off with a good leverage, like a 100K, 200K account, or higher. All right. And I would just absolutely go in with that. I'd rather have 20 blown prop firm accounts. So I blew about 20 accounts when I first started in 2015 because I was hard headed. I was just trying to get it. But looking back at it, I wish there would have been 20 blown prop firm accounts, because once I started winning and getting consecutive wins and started withdrawing and all that, imagine if I would have done that with 100K, 200K prop firm accounts. Would have been insane. So you're already a part of the Alpha Trader firm. I would just go and get yourself a prop firm account with them, and you'll be good to go. You could refer to Rob and Brap or Randy to get direction from it. Probably Rob, because I know Brap be busy. I know Randy. He's kind of active too. Rob is I think Rob may be the most responsive of the trio. So just hit him up. Jeremy, do gold and BTC run together? No, they don't. They don't run together. They're different assets, but in some cases they can have. Uh, in some cases they could be running in the same direction, depending on what's going on in the world. Can you look at gold? I would, but we would be here all night. For sure, bro. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Let's get to this money. Yeah, let's get to this money. Listen, what I do myself, what I personally do, is I help people pass their profit accounts. That's what I do. That's what me and my team does. This is what we mostly do. Okay, because we believe that if we give individuals the tools they need to beat their prop firm accounts, we work with any firm. All right, as long as they allow high frequency trading on the challenge portion, we could take it on. So, again, holla at me if you want a prop firm account and you want us to pass your evaluation for you. We'll do it. So you're already now for Trader Firm. We work with them as well. So just let me know. Holla at me. We'll beat these evaluations for you. You'll get the funded account after we beat the evaluation. And what you do from there is entirely up to you. Just understand the game, all right? There might be 20 strikeouts, right? But that 21st try might just be one home run, and that home run makes up for all the times that you failed. All right. So I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm gonna tell you that your skin, you gotta have tough skin for this because you are gonna take L's. But the good news is, eventually those L's will become W's, and they will start to be a little bit more consistent. And then you get the point. It's a money heist. You got to get in and get out before the banks sweep you out. That's basically what it is, long story short. Let me just save you a lot of time, energy, and money right there. Okay? You got to have tough skin for this. Okay? You're going to fail. You're going to fail most of the times in the beginning, but it's like riding a bike on training wheels. You're going to bust your ass. You're going to get beat up. You're going to get emotional. You're going to want to break your laptop. You're going to want to break your computer, slam your phone to the ground whenever those L's come. I went through it. However, the good news is whether you realize it or not, you are growing as a trader. You are growing skills as a trader. And once you make it to the other side, now you become a part of the small percentage that actually wins. Most people, they take one L and then they leave. That's why Forex has a high rate of failure. Is because the only way you could truly fail is by giving up. Some people can't take taking an L with one account, two accounts, three accounts. The whole three times the charms thing, people have that in their mind. So if they try something three times, they're out. I did it over 20 times, and once I started to finally win and get it, then it's like it paid off big time. Thanks to the world of trading, I made over $4 million. So I'm here more as a resource than anything. I've dealt with the good, the bad, and the ugly. There's a lot of stuff on the other side of success that some of y'all don't know about, but I'm here as a mentor. Here's a mentor. I live off this. So if you got any questions, hit me up. I got you. All right. Hopefully I answered all the questions that I could. All right. Nothing but love and respect for everybody that's on. Thank you so much for investing your time. Appreciate your interest. And, shoot me a message. Hit me up. How do Alpha Trader if they don't allow HFT? Manual. You either do it manually or with HFT. It's all good. How do you do futures? Futures is very similar to binary. I like futures. Futures is fire. We also deal with, if you are into futures, holla at me. Shoot me a text, a DM, whatever the case may be, and you get pinpointing some sources. My favorite is Forex. I love Forex. That's why I do these sessions. But all ways of trading is fire. When you think about it, shit, you're learning how to flip $1 into $2. If you learn how to flip $1 into $2, how many dollars could you flip? Would you flip? So that's basically that, guys. Again, don't be afraid to reach out. Ain't no such thing as a stupid question. I've mentored hundreds of thousands of people around the world. So ain't no such thing as a stupid question. I want you to be comfortable asking me a question because I got answers for you, and I want to see you win. All right, I want to see. There's future legends on this Zoom right now that feel like that they ain't doing shit, feel like they're never gonna get it, but eventually they are, and when they do, they're gonna be monumental mentors. So my goal is for you to surpass me. Do 10 times better than me, and I'm cool with that. I always said I'm cool with being the top. Top number 21 trader around the world, as long as the top 20 were people that I once mentored. So I'm absolutely fine with giving people the resources to go on and do better than me. But shit ain't gonna be easy, because I'm a bull. I really do this. So I love the game. You gotta have love for the game. But the good news is everyone here can win. You just gotta be tough enough to stick through the losses, and then once you start getting your bread on the other side as a winner, then you get it. Then you understand. Now you're in position. Now you could actually coach people on what you've been through, what works for you, or whatever. You could give them the whole game. They still going to rearrange what you said, and they're going to have to get their own experience in the market. The market will humble you, but at least if you stay hungry, all right, this thing could feed you forever. So that said, stay blessed, take care. I'll see y'all whenever I get on the next session. Peace out.